Hi everybody, it's me again, and I just wanted to come on here to talk about my printable. Actually, it's mostly about the paper that I use. So I had someone ask what type of paper I use. So I can't really give suggestions or anything because it really all depends on your printer. So I'm only going to tell you what I use. I'm going to tell you the printer I use. I've had this question asked several times and I've answered several times, but I know I get a lot of newbies on here. So first off, I do sell digital printables in my shop, which is my Crafty Boutique in Zibit, and this is just one of them. I've had this before in the past. I brought it back. I brought a lot of old ones back, and I mentioned that in one of my previous videos. So I do print them out, I share, I use them, you know, and show you and everything. So my printer, first off, is very old printer, maybe 5 or more years old. It is a Canon MP560. So that's the printer I use, and I find that when I use any type of photo paper, whether it be glossy or matte, it works better with the Canon brand on that particular printer. I do print on other photo paper. I just recently started printing on sticker photo paper, and it works well with that. I haven't really tested out other brands on here. I love this one. I'm sticking to it. My husband usually finds me deals and buys them for me when I need it. I don't use it that often. I mostly use this particular one, the matte photo, for anything that needs more color. Dark images, black, stuff like that. It comes out dull when you use regular cardstock. So especially when I'm showing you, I want it to come out bright. This particular one is the photo matte. This paper here that I printed my preview on is the photo matte. The color on screen is slightly different on my screen, but it's close. It's blacks and teals, blues. So I'm printing out some of these sheets for a new TN that I want to make for myself, a little pocket one, because I actually went live on my previous video, and I was moving from the unicorn planner into this one for spring. I did a few more things, but I'm not done with that yet. That's why I also have this, because I thought this would kind of go with it. So this one I need to switch out too. I was going to keep it, but I decided just to switch out all the unicorn planner stuff, and I think this is going to be cute with this particular kit. Fabulous. This is my health and fitness pocket size that I made myself. Okay, so again, for vivid colors, when they're dark, you want to probably use something like this. Again, this is just what I use. I suggest that you Google and search what you should use for your printer. Many websites, blogs, and whatnot have information out there for you. So now this is my normal daily cardstock for printing anything not so bright. Like I will print, like these three here, I could print on here and they'll still be nice. And you know, anything that's like shabby chic, I print on here, and I also use this as regular cardstock. I do have a few out because I'm going to be printing some, just a couple. I buy this at Walmart. This last pack I found at walmart.com. I can't remember how much I paid for it, but it is 110 pound weight. And the bright, they put the bright on here is 92. It's just Georgia Pacific cardstock, so I get a lot in here. I don't have to buy this that often because I don't print, you know, daily on a daily basis. So that's just the two things that I print on. I have printed on in the past on what's it called? I don't think I have any. I don't think I have a packaging, but Spectrum Noir paper, like for coloring, I've printed on those before, and they come out looking like the matte photo paper. It's a lot thicker, so if you want to cut die cuts out of them, it's nice with that. So that's what I'm using. So let's just what else? Somebody else asked me something else and I can't remember. I'm trying to think. I don't know. When it comes to anything digital, I try not to really get into those kind of questions because they start to get a little too technical and it takes up a lot of time. So I really don't have time to explain like how I print and what programs I use and how do I do this and how do I do that. That's something that you would have to figure out yourself. You, again, just go to Google. That's like my go-to place. That's where I learned almost everything that I do. And also Pinterest for ideas. So yeah. And again, the printer I have, people ask me what type of printer should I get. I'm not a guru on this kind of stuff, you know. I just happen to have that because that's what my husband bought. That's what I'm using just because it's what I have. There's a lot better printers out there. There's even printers that will print on 12 by 12, which is awesome. It's something that I would love to have, but then it will be really expensive, not just for the printer, but the paper, the ink, all that kind of stuff. So I just stick to the normal. As far as my designs, I've already mentioned last time when I was showing the new kits, I do tend on making 2 different size files as far as these backgrounds are concerned. Sometimes I feel like I just want them to be the regular 8.5 by 11, which is what this is, and then sometimes I want to do my designs on the square 12 by 12. So the 12 by 12, the file is pretty big, but it can print onto this. You just will get an 8.5 by 11. So that's just how that works. So it all depends on what I'm feeling. Sometimes I just want to try to keep to this. Now with my previous one, I kind of like the fact or the way that I had done it, because I designed it so that you can use them as planner covers and stuff. So I actually did my layouts this way on a few of them, so that when you print it out, you can make a B6 out of it or something. It's already in that format. Like this, you would have to really stretch it out in order to get these images big enough and in the right format for ATN. But excuse me, these are not really, when I first made these, they weren't intended for TNs. They were just intended for crafting and scrapbooking. So then I got into TNs, and then I made them work for that. So, you know, now it's kind of a broader way of using these. I'm wondering, oh, I do have one page ready, yes, and it looks huge. Okay, so here's one. I actually took this one and reversed it. So this is not the way it is. Trying to find it. It's actually this one right here. As you can see, that is on the left. I reversed it because I want to be able to have this as I'm not sure if this is going to be my cover or not. Where'd my book go? So what's going to happen is I'm going to build my TN, and I think, yeah, this should go all the way around and those things, and then that will be a really cute little pocket. Yeah, so I think when I do start on my next digital kit, I'm going to do that format like I did in my Valentine's one, where it's like this, and then you're able to make bigger TNs. You can do the standard size and a B6 or whatever one you want. And I'll try to have more designs on the right hand side, so you don't have to worry about, you know, format. But there are some here that are on the right. Just I didn't want to use those. So this one and this particular one, I flipped it in my Photoshop. And yeah, so there's stuff that you could do. Again, I won't do any kind of digital tutorials, nothing technical. And again, I usually skip those questions, and then I'll just tell you to go and check it out on Google, and you will find the answers there. So what time is it? Okay, I do have food in the oven, so I'm going to go ahead and, which one did I want? I think I'm going to use my other one for a cover. Let me just get this out of the way, but I do want to print, pull this out again. I do want to print something else too while I'm at it. This particular paper does have a right side and a wrong side, so this is the right side. Okay, that one's almost done. When I make my TNs, no matter what size they are, what I start with is I pick out my papers. I can't share everything that's in here. I pick out my cover. I pick out anything that has to be laminated first. So the cover, if I'm going to do a dashboard, then I pick out the paper for that. I don't need any other lamination other than the cover. Oh, I gotta print the back of that one too. I forgot about that. So it's just the one. So here I just need to pick out 3 covers and then 1 paper for a folder. So that's what I need to print, but I need to stick back in, not this one, but another. I'm gonna stick in the one that I want as my cover, which is this one here. This is beautiful. And print the back side. So I'm going to pick one out, and when you get these files, you don't have to print the entire thing. There's a lot of stuff on here, but just print what you need at the time, and then if you want double-sided, just turn it around and throw it back in and pick another file and print that. So I'm kind of wanting, now the back side is not a matte photo, it's just, you know, like regular cardstock, so I'm not going to pick anything too dark. I'm going to go with one of these lighter ones, and I think I'm going to go with this heart, which is the same stuff that is in here, so that's pretty cool. Oh, I can't throw it back in there yet, I have another thing printing. But that's what I'm going to do on the back side, so that this will be double-sided. And then I'm also going to be turning my cutout sheets. These are the cutout sheets. There's 4 of them in here. This is the one I think that's printing right now, so I wanted to have some cards to throw in there. But these 2 here, and I think I've used this in the past where I turn them into stickers or die cuts. I'm going to send those through my Silhouette Cameo program, and I think what I'll do is stickers. I'm going to shrink them down, not this small, and turn them into some stickers so that I can use them when I do my health planning. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so that's what's going on, and links will be down below. I'm going to put one directly to the digital section of my shop. That way you could see all the other stuff that's in there, and you'll notice the difference between these oblong ones and then the square ones, but all the cutouts are always the same. They're always that 8.5 by 11. So this is going to be my cover, right? This bottom portion here. Oh, I didn't show you the cards. Now in this kit you're going to get this set of cards 2 ways, with these, you know, little like affirmations or whatever, and without. So there'll be some blank ones and with the writing on them, just so you know. But we're going to put this to the side for now and work with this. So what I did was I flipped it around and put it back in and printed the hearts. So I hope, yeah, they're in the right direction. So this way it's already finished on the inside. I don't have to worry about doubling up my paper. Okay, so our cover for the lamination is going to be 8.5 by 6. So 8.5 the long ways, which is pretty much my whole thing, I believe. Let me see. Yep, it's pretty much the whole width of my paper by 6. So I pretty much want to keep all of this down here, so I'm just going to cut this part off. Okay, and I'll save this for something else. And there you go. That's my paper. That is my cover. So we are going to go ahead and round the corners and do some scoring. I love this little size. So now we're just going to score, and from what I see I only have 3 score marks on here, which is perfect for this little guy. Doesn't need more. I usually do, I think, 5 on a regular one. So I'm going to find my center I think I'm going to just mark that line like some people do, because it's hard for me to see this, and I should be wearing glasses. There they are. Okay, so here's 4. About there. Now look for my, here it is. I had put it away. Let's see, so 4.5, 4.5 on both sides. You know that I was using this scoreboard for a very long time. I want to tell you, as long, maybe like 2 years or so, before I realized what these numbers were for. I didn't even see them, you know, I was like blind to it or something. And then I saw a few videos where people were putting it in the middle. I'm like, what? And then they actually put a line down here. I'm like, what? And then I'm looking at my thing and I realize, I'm like, oh, okay, that's what that is. I never really paid attention. Okay, so we got that. Now I'm just going to scoot it down and do my marks. Now let's see, how did I do it last time? I normally go like 3 lines over, and I think 1, 2, 3, I think that's what I did here. 1, 2, 3, and the other way, 1, 2, 3. So that is, okay, that is it. So I just do 3, and then it's going to get laminated. And yeah, and this is going to be such a cute little book. Just look at that, just before I even laminate it. Okay, now I'm not making bookmarks or any of that for this particular one. This really is functional. I mean, yeah, it does have all these clips, that's just for looks, but the majority of this is functional. So I'm not going to do a page marker or a dashboard or a shaker or any of that. But I will be using this kit in more TNs that I'm going to sell. I might do this size, I don't know, because this is really a cute size. It's great to throw in your bag. Okay, so I am back, and I happen to have a scrap somehow. I don't know what I used that piece for, but it must have been there for a while. So I just inserted in here. I decided I'm just going to, because I was thinking about putting pockets with the paper like I'd done in the past, but I want to keep it simple and just use, you know, the adhesive pockets. So I'm going to run this through, and as you can see, it fits nicely inside. I still have leftover edge so that it will seal with the 8.5 width. So I'm just making sure it's in there, and I'm going to run it through. So that is done. I'm going to turn it off because I'm not laminating anything else. So normally when I make my TNs, I will laminate the page markers and the washi tape sample card, the dashboards, anything that needs laminating. I do it all in one shot so that I don't have to keep turning on my laminator. I just noticed there's something must have got in there, but that's okay. This is just mine. Alright, so I'm going to put this aside. Get my cutter out and just do some trimming. I gotta have my husband grease my chair. So, trying to see, because this is pretty thin, but there are some bigger gaps than others. I don't want to cut too much off. So a lot of you liked my live video. I know some of you missed out on it. I'll definitely be doing another one. Actually, by the time that you watch this, it's probably already had a couple of live videos up. I don't know, because I have to edit this video. Okay, why is the screen so small? Okay, sorry about that. Anyway, I think I can cut a little bit off that bottom part. And somewhere here there's a piece. I hate that the thin ones that get stuck in there. There it is. Okay. Now I'm just going to round my corners with scissors. Okay. Scissors. Might see my cat come through. She's already eyeballing my table. Why does it seem so long here? I think this needs some more trimming. She wants to get up here, but the cutting thing is... Where you at? Huh? There you go. Okay, go ahead. And there she... Come on, you know how to go over stuff. She's strange. Sometimes she'll spend, you know, whatever time I'm here with me. Some days she's just gone all day underneath. Did I trim anything? I'm just gonna do it with this. I can't even see. Some days she just hides all day. And if you see more light, it's because she's in the window. She just opened up the curtain. Alright. I think we're good. So now I'm just going to score it one more time. Get my punch, my crocodile, and we're doing for 4 inserts, so we need 3 holes. And usually, I'm going to show you in a second, I'll show you the distance, and I'm going by the paper, not the laminate. You see the distance from the paper, not the plastic, and that's how far in I go. I just eyeball, I don't measure. That's my thing. I don't measure much. I mean, yeah, I gave you a few measurements here and there, but stuff like this, I just eyeball. And then the center, I do try to measure that one out. That's something I had started to do after a little bit because they always were off. And what I do is I just take my ruler and I mark, you know, I follow the line of the paper, not the plastic. So it's a 6-inch width, so that's how I find out my center. And let me get my pen. I just use a flare pen that I got here. Mark that at 3 inches so I can do my middle hole, and then that will be even. It's just a temporary dot that's going to go away. And now I'll get this out of the way because it makes a shadow. Okay, so we've got our holes, and double check that there's no plastic hanging still. And I guess I could run my elastic before I even... No, I want to fold this first. The elastic will get in the way. I don't know why I even thought to not to put elastic first. I've done these so many times. You would think I know what I'm doing. Oh, it's so cute. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so pretty when it's done. Oh. So I think I have measurements for how much to cut. I do like to figure out, you know, how long I need so I don't overcut, you know, too much. Let me keep this open. So I used about 28 inches, so we're gonna cut that. That way you don't overdo it. And sometimes, like this one here, this elastic is a little more loose, I think, than the ones that you get at Hobby Lobby. And I did get this online. I just can't remember if it was Amazon or eBay. I want to tell you it was Amazon. So 28, could have been eBay though. 20, I think it was eBay. So here's 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So we're just going to cut that. And then the strap is about 13 to 14 inches. And that's measuring for the amount of inserts that I have in here. So you would have to adjust that if you're making it skinnier. What did I say? 13 to 14. 12, 13. We'll just do the 14. Okay, so let's start this. And I've done this a gazillion times on camera too. We start from the outside, going into the middle hole. And then we kind of hold here, just give it extra, you know, for tying. You can always adjust later. And then run that other part through the first hole. Usually I go to the left. And then down straight to the next hole, the following hole. And up through the middle. And then I'm going to rotate this so that I can hang on to that. And then pull this up. Back up through the middle one that we went through first. And this is also a little thicker, so it's gonna fray a little bit. Let's see, I need something. Let me try this warped thingy here. It's something too. There we go. I don't really burn the ends, although you can when you're done. I would suggest you do that when you're done. And because I'm always changing out planners, you know, I don't worry about that. And you're not always pulling these things, you know, this part of it. Okay, so we went through the middle, then out through this one, and now down straight to the other one on the bottom. And then back through the middle. So we're definitely going to need to push this in again. And then pull up. And let's see if we're even. We're about even here. Okay. So let's just tighten it up. I want to... This time this goes this way. This goes... I'm just trying to get them all straight and tight. Not too tight where this is bending. And I'm just going to make a knot. I'm going to cut a little more here. Okay. Alright, so now to make sure that everything's going to fit, I'm going to pull off these clips because we're not going to need them anymore. Since I'm switching out designs, I might use this again because I think it kind of maybe coordinates. I don't know. Let me pull out my little folder here. Now, all the unicorn stuff's going to go, but I'm going to use the folder just for the thickness so that I know how much to tie it. Pull this one out. I've yet to put pictures in here, but I do intend on putting photos of me and food. Okay. So 4 inserts. I'm going to be going in here. All I do is just wrap around my thing and then see how much I need. So about there. But I'm not going to tighten it yet. I'm just going to make my knot, a loose knot. try it again. I'm going to run it in through the middle hole. It's a little tight because it's thicker, but it will go through. Okay, now I'm going to test it again. And then I'll know if I can tighten it. That's pretty good. There's a little bit of room in there too. So now I could just tighten that nut, cut off excess, and it should be good. And I just got to make my covers. Okay, so I got my cover, and it is so pretty. Oh yeah, this is pretty. Very springy too. So let's do this. Let's work on the rest. Alright, so quickly I'm going to cut down these papers to make my covers, and then I'll do a folder. That should be it. So my measurements, again, the height is 5.5, so I'm going to cut these down to 5.5 and hope that these are accurate. I think they are. Okay, where's my pencil? Let's see a pen. I don't see a pencil. Let's grab one here. So none of these have rounded corners, so I don't have to do that part. I'm just going to, oh, there's a clip in here. I'm just going to cover. I'm not permanently covering. I'm just adding a little removable cover. So where's my cutter? I need it. This is going to be my first one. This will be my second one. I'm trying to keep them in the order that I have it. And I'm going to wrap it. I'm going to do this method for each one just in case those books are not all equal in size. We're almost there. It's going to be a little bit thicker now because before I didn't have these covers. They were just like this. Now I have all this extra paper. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit thicker. Alright, so now for the folder, which is going to be this paper here. This particular folder, same like the ones I've been making normally. And you need a 7x8 sheet of paper, so we're going to cut this down to 7x8 this way. Here is 8, and then 7. And I decided I'm not going to cover the back or print the back with anything. We're just going to leave it simple. I don't even really use that folder because I haven't really been using these things in here. I just kept them because they went with the theme. But if I need it, you know, I'll have a folder in my pocket TN. Okay. So the width is 7. We're gonna score it in the middle, which is 3.5. Which is the width of an insert, and then the 8-inch mark you're going to score it at 5. No, 5.5. Let's flatten that out a little bit. It's not going to completely go away, but yeah, it's 5.5, right? Let me think. 5.5. Yeah, I put it in the wrong place. 5.5. So you can barely see that first score mark. Just a little bit. Okay. So what are we doing next? We're going to fold it in half. Long ways. I'm going to cut. Do my little pocket thingy over here. Leave a notch so the elastic doesn't get caught on the thing, but I will be doing my rounded edges, corners I mean. Fold these two, remove this, and okay, where is it? Where's my little mat? Here it is. It's a little project, so. I don't know how I always crack my lids. That's the second time that I've done that. And then the tips keep, you know, drying up on this thing because it's not, oops, it's not completely sealed. I try not to get too much on there. So I made these like a million times already. I just made a bigger one for the standard size. If you saw that video, I actually made the wrong size because I thought it was 5 inches wide, and that was for the standard TNs that I made for the Disney ones. So I didn't have the correct size for the one that I have now, which is a more narrow planner, or the inserts are more narrow. Okay, so that is done. Let me get my oh, it's already here. Okay, so fold this again. The only thing I still have to do is my stickers. I want to use the cutouts to make stickers, so that'll be next, and then I could decorate a little bit. But for now, we got a folder to go in my fabulous TN. Here I'm going to put some different stickers in. Let's see what's in here. These are all unicorn related, so I'm not going to put those in. I can use the banners. And that's it. Everything else is unicorn. We are done with unicorn in my planner. Let's pull out, oh gosh, let's see, I got all these little teeny tiny ones from I'll keep this one in here. I don't know why I would need that with my workout ones, but although yeah, it's fitness. I shouldn't have that in there, but it's there. Let me see what other fun stuff. I think that's it. I'm not going to put anything else in there. Oh, this. That's it. Now we just got to add my clear pockets over here. Which one we're going to use? What did I use before? I'm just going to use the Target ones. I'm going to leave them whole. I'm not going to cut them like I did before, but I'm going to show you what I mean. I had cut these at an angle, so maybe I'll use this. I might use that. I do have some more somewhere. I just got to pull them out. Maybe here. Oh no, these are all the cat ones. Nope. So let's just get these on. They do fit. Do they? Yeah, they do. I gotta get this one out of the way though. It is kind of tall for this, but I'm gonna just leave it. Most likely I'm only going to use this for a month until I decide to make a new one. And again, it's not, there's an air bubble. Dang it. They will come out, you just gotta have patience and scoot them out. Alright, that's fine. That's okay. Do I want one? You know what? I'm not going to do the back because I'm not even using that back side. We'll just leave it like that. We're going to simplify it, you know. And, oh, let me put this back in. I'm going to cut some of those cards out so I could tuck one in there. This can hold my page. I'm going to open it to... right here. Do I want it there? I guess we'll leave it there for now. So I gotta cut out these things. Oh, they all feel like it. See, now I'm trying to rush. Now I'm trying to rush. So I'm just gonna cut them all out so they're ready for some other projects. So I am going to round the corners of all of these. So that's another thing that you could do with these digitals. Alright, so now which one do I want to use? Lip Love Sparkle. I kind of want to use your You Are Fabulous. Keep calm and shop on. No, be yourself. Okay, so are all my pages being held down? Not the back one. I have to do the back. This way when they flip, I don't have to see that. I love my lips. I've been using these a lot, so I'm going to put that in here. I'll do it this way so it shows there. Oh, I forgot. Where's this? It's going to go somewhere here. So, I don't know. Ah! Okay. See, it got thicker. Oh, it got thicker. And then I still need a dangle. Dangle out of this. I just gotta switch this out. That's all I gotta do. Switch that out and we're good. So, oh, this video is really long, so luckily you won't see that. It's already past an hour, so there will be editing. I really need to get some more gold lobster clasp. What else do I need? That's too thick, so I need one of these. Okay. Hopefully this is not too hard. This is, I think this is a planner dangle from Hobby Lobby that I got on clearance. I just take everything out of the packaging so I could store it. Alright, we got that off. Not yet. Nope. I always save them in case I want to make something bigger. The smaller ring on because this one is too thick for this lobster clasp. Alright, so now, oh, I just realized that these two are actually on their own lobster clasp, and this too. They all are. How cool is that? You can actually change them all out. Huh. Alright, so how are they laying? I think it's gotta go. I don't think it matters. They're all which ways. Alright, so let me just slip this on. So I can change out those charms. I didn't even realize that. So if I need to change, like maybe the hello, I might change out. Might do that. It's a little long, but you know, you move it out of the way. So do I want to change the hello for the purse for Fabulous? Or this really pretty flower? I kind of like the flower. I like the purse. I think the purse, yeah. So all I gotta do is unclip this. Cool. I can put it here, although it's not facing the right way. No, I don't like that. Put you away and switch it out with this. Oh yeah, that's better. Okay, so because this is called Fabulous, now we have a fabulous charm. It could be shortened too if I really wanted to, but I think I'm going to leave it like that. It's kind of pretty this way. Alright, so I think I am done. Of course, you know, later on in the future, if I change up the clip or something, I'll share with you. But oh my god, this is so pretty. Definitely going to make some, I don't know what size though, for sale. I kind of like this size. I can't print too much stuff because, you know, it's pricey to print. So, you know, I'm not going to be doing like 20 of these. But yeah, I like the way it came out. So let me just go through it real quick. Here is the outside. I mean, everything is really pretty on here. And let's go inside real quick. So we have our pocket holding one of the images, one of the cards, and the back holding the Be Yourself, although I kind of like the sparkle one too, so I'm going to put that in the back as a little backer. And I'm going to put this one back here. I think I'll just keep all these cards in here, the extra ones, in my pocket back here. Alright, so here is the inside. It's finished with that paper with the hearts. And then here's the first insert, just covering up what I have here. So if I ever go back to the unicorns, I already have that. With a little doggy clip that is actually from Michael's. It's a Recollections. And then the back of my, oh, I forgot a clip here. I think it's because I could scoot this. You know what, I'm gonna move this one. There we go, because this is holding the other one. And that paper clip, I think, did I make this one? Yeah, I did. It was a bow I found somewhere, and then I just made it into paper clip. And then my folder, I did put the You Are Fabulous with the cupcake in here. Here's the folder that I just made. That's the back. I might clip something else, or actually I have to make the stickers still. So that's the only thing that's left. So here's the next insert. This is the one that I'm supposed to be putting photos in, and I just added this pen. I found this, it was a set of 2, I think at it was either Target or like Marshall's or something like that. I can't remember. It was a while ago. So look at that pretty design there. And then the back of that is this one here, which is also just as pretty. And then the clip holding the pages together. And then this one here, and those clips I think I found at Hobby Lobby. So that's this scene. And then there's the back of that. Oh, gosh, computer with these updates. Not now. So that is the last of it, and then I just put those 2 cards in there. So really simple. It was a lot quicker because I didn't have to make my pockets in the shaker. This is more of a functional planner, so I didn't want to add all of that in it. And as you can see, it already got chunky just with that. Okay, so that is all that I have for you today. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time.